He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
That was Photoshopped.
Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter
M. It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped.
America officially is in code blue. The President of the United States continues to falsely claim that the tattoo on Abrego Garcia's knuckle is MS-13. Therefore, he believes he's justified in kicking an American legal resident into a notorious foreign prison without due process. He insisted that Abrego has MS-13 written on his knuckle, as the ABC interviewer Terry weakly fact-checked by noting it was a photoshopped image showing MS-13 on his knuckles. Well, see for yourselves, and we'll dissect it right after the clip.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute over that.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it was Photoshop? Well,
here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir. I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because it's fake news.
When he was photographed in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in your picture.
Terry.
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
We'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at that, sir.
Why don't you just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
It's contested.
I do not really understand Terry's idea of a rush to move on in that video. But this is how mainstream media nowadays capitulates to the king and does us all a great disservice. And yes, we need to address the elephant, or grandpa in the room. Mistaking a photoshopped image for reality is, to put it mildly, not a great look for the leader of the free world. Now, is this a Photoshop or not? You would have thought ABC, as big as they are, would come to this Oval Office show of shame with receipts. Anyway, here at OGM News, we are committed to saving the day whenever mainstream media lets us down. So now, here, take a closer look. I mean, take a real closer look. The picture on the left is the fake, photoshopped version the president is hung up on, whereas the image on the right of your screen is the real Abrego Garcia's knuckle. And this one here is the actual real image. So, how did this photoshopped image that now become our president's classified intelligence started? This fake photo first surfaced on right-wing social media, like many of the president's policies. Canada, 51st states, tariffs, Greenland, and Panama Canal. You get my drift? The initial attempt was to decipher or decode the drawing in the tattoo. So, some knucklehead decided to add MS-1 to 3 as the meaning for each of the drawings. In the end, the president, who would never take seriously the words of a billion-dollar intelligence community at his disposal, but would rather chew on anything that drops from the crazy town, right-wing's conspiracy cooking pots. Finally, here's the thing. Terry's attempt to move on wasn't just weak. It was a disservice to journalism and the public. The job of a journalist is to hold power accountable, not to smooth over embarrassing moments. Sure, the situation was awkward, but brushing it under the rug only lets absurdity flourish unchecked. So, next time, Terry, do us all a favor. Skip the flinching and get to the real journalism of probing and fact-checking. Both of you in that room work for us, the American people. And Terry, you owe the president nothing. Remember that.
you.